with Robert and D-Hop and New England and Tennessee and what ultimately happens here. With Devontae Parker locking up an extension in New England, with everything that is currently going on with New England, where they sit in the AFC East, and we'll get more into them on this very show, but if he ends up in Tennessee, why do you think that will end up being the case? Do you think it's just a money thing, or do you think there is real opportunity in that offense and what they might do this year? Or if you're him and he picks New England, is that like New England's really going to try and go for it? New England's really maybe going to have a competent top 15-ish offensive DVOA type team. Where are you at in this regard?
If he goes to Tennessee, is entirely for the money.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I think they have more cap space than the Patriots right now. And let's face it, man, that Tennessee offense is going to be horrendous. Mm-hmm. And DeAndre Hopkins is going to catch a lot of passes, which is something he can do while making a lot of money. That's what he wants to do. Go for it. But I think New England would be the best fit for him, even though they extended Devontae Parker, because DeAndre Hopkins is better than Devontae Parker in almost every way. And DeAndre Hopkins can be kind of a outside end receiver. PFF charted him at 72% of his snaps on the outside, but he also played on the inside. He had almost 2 yards per route run. I think he's definitely not the same person he's definitely not the same player that he was a few years back. But if you're the Patriots and you want to give Mac Jones every opportunity to succeed, you want to insulate him with as much playmaking, protection, and play calling as possible, you go out and sign DeAndre Hopkins, say, hey, we're in the middle of an arms race in the AFC East. We do not want to fall behind, especially now with all three of the other AFC East teams having an answer at quarterback that looks really good. You got to do something. You got to figure something out to get the most out of Mac Jones. And adding DeAndre Hopkins would probably get the most out of Mac Jones.
I wonder is he how close is he to the Julio zone? Because we know what Julio was, and I watched him at the end in Atlanta, and I was like, he doesn't practice anymore. The snaps were going down tremendously. He was struggling to stay healthy, and Julio is just an all-time. I will always love everything about Julio Jones and what he did for Atlanta and all the joy he gave me as a player. But is he close to that zone based on the last version you've seen of D-Hop in his current age?
Well, I mean, it's tough because the last time we saw him, he didn't play the first 6 weeks of the season. Mm-hmm. And by the time he came back, Arizona was basically a train wreck, So I think like I said, he is not the player that he used to be, but he still wins in contested catch opportunities. So that'll help Mac Jones a lot. He can still create separation on the inside against smaller DBs, slower linebackers. He can continue to do that at a really good level. So it's really just about, if he's going to be your best receiver, you can matchup hunt with him. Mm. You can go and put him on, in basketball when they do pick and rolls and you get the big guy and the little guy. That's exactly what you can do with Hopkins and the Patriots. Line them up on the inside. You have Juju Smith-Schuster and Parker who can both play on the outside. You can motion them around, use them in different spots. So I think there's an alleyway for DeAndre Hopkins not to be the same player that he was, but get back to a higher level than he was at last year.
Where do you want him to go, Jarrett? If it's not Tennessee, if it's not New England, where would he go? Does he have any value in Pittsburgh? If he had a really small number, would you want him in Pittsburgh?
Not really. Mm.